All right, back talking about power chords in open position, and today we're talking about the power chord with the flat 7 below the root. Let's talk about what a flat 7 is. We're going to look at an A5 power chord. Just playing 3 notes, chopping out 3 notes there. And we think of that power chord as coming from, being spelled from an A major scale because it's an A power chord, right? So let's just go through the notes of the degrees. Let's go through the notes of the A major scale first. A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G, A. G sharp, A. I'll do that one more time. A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, and A. Now I'll count the degrees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You'll notice that that G sharp is the 7th degree of the scale. And at the top I said that we're going to look at the flat 7. And so in order to make that G sharp what we would call a flat 7, we'd change it from a G sharp to a G natural. Not a G flat, a G natural, because what we're doing is we're lowering the 7th that would normally happen in that scale. So we're going to call this, the flat 7, a G natural in A. There's the G natural, all right? Just a G note. Now we're going to take that G note and take it down an octave. And there's the flat 7 that we want to talk about. Now, if I were to play the A note here at fret 5, my flat 7, as you can see, is a tone below the, right? A tone below the A, or the tone below the root chord. Here's my A5. And now here's with the flat 7 below that A5. Now that's probably a sound that you've heard before, and this is another one I want you to put in your toolkit because it's everywhere. You'll notice that I'm not changing the A5 chord. All I am doing is adding that G underneath it. And you'll notice that I'm also bending that flat 7 just because it sounds cool to get that microtone in there. Okay, there you go. Now, how would that be written? It would be written A5 and then slash. It should be written A5 slash G. In other words, we're changing up the bass note, the lowest note of the chord, to be a G instead of an A at that moment. It is not a G chord, right? This is not that. It's not a G power chord. That sounds quite different. Let's just, like G to A power chord. Right, this is a cooler, more complex sound, and it's one that we're going to visit in all of the open position chords, all of the open position power chords, keeping in mind that the A5 is a two-note chord, or power chord is a 2-note chord, and when we add that flat 7, it sounds cool in the below the root. And that flat 7 is derived from the A major scale, but the A major scale has a major 7th in it, and we want this lowered 7th, or what would be a minor 7th, for those of you who want to learn your theory. And so we add that lowered 7th to the key of A, put it in the bass, and we end up with that sound that we all know and love.